Alright, so now we're back with some more Diablo 2 Eastern Sun Rises. So as we were working on the Amazon, we got her pretty good. She's basically level 29, although we do have to look at the other characters. And because of the items that we found, we can start the Necromancer. I think we screwed up the name. So we have that character, Necromancer. So now we have the Necromancer. Just because we did have some items, like we don't have the amazing powerful items to make him absolutely insane, but we do have some starter items, like the Death's Cloak cannot be frozen, plus mana per kill. Oh, and then these gloves, these give what, +1 to all skills, plus attack speed. The amulet gives what, faster cast rate, fighter resist, and then these items. We also looked at some of the other videos. We realized that we also had a wand, right? If we go to caster page, maybe there's a wand for us. +2 to skeleton mastery. There we go. We were watching the first video. We're like, do we have anything? We have a +2 to skeleton mastery wand. That's pretty much it, right? So these were our starter items. We just have to level up a bit before we could use the other ones. We could take these ones here. This one's, well, we could take like most of them, right? We're not really. Oh, we had the charms, that's right. So we're just gonna get the Necromancer set up a little bit. It would be pretty much the same as the Amazon. You go to your Roderick Cube, you'd cube your Adventurer's pack, and then you get this damage augmenter like you did before, and then you get this one for the Necromancer. So you could change and cube it to any of the skills you want for the Necromancer, I guess. So we'll just go with Revive maybe, or maybe one of the melee spells is better. Maybe this is better. 25 over 2 seconds. Poison Slash. It's just that wand gives us plus to this, but then the revives weren't really good when we tried them. Bone Armor, Bone Slash. Maybe Bone Slash would be the good thing to do. So if you go to your cube, and then you cube this until you get Bone Slash, Skeleton Mastery, Bone Armor, Bone Slash. There we go. So that should be your weapon. Do you need a dagger to do it? That's poison your melee attacks. Alright, so it doesn't require a dagger, it doesn't say. So if we use those abilities, we could go F1, F2, set up those. And then we set up the town portal, right? There's still something else we needed to do. I mean, the charms, I guess. The charms, they were just grayed out because they're not active in this inventory, that's right. So they only look like that because that one mod is active that essentially only lets charms work on the left side of the inventory, and they don't work anywhere else. So now we have some Magic Find. Maybe we don't need to transfer the Magic Find, the Gold Find charms to the characters. Maybe that's a little too much. So we got these, we got this in case we find a gem shrine. And then we just got like some other items. Essentially we could just throw these here. That's almost good enough. That's almost everything except for this. This is a level 2 buckler, that's right. So then we got this here. This wand might do something. Level 7. Level 2 ring. So we could use that before the other rings. And then this is just like level 4 helmet. This is for the mercenary. It's a level 13 weapon. I think we're pretty much good to go. We have everything here. We just had to rearrange these things a little bit. Here we go, that's good enough. So, now that you're the Necromancer, is it on player 7? No, it should set it to player 7. We're just setting it to player 7 so that you get all of the items, all of the gold, all of the experience. You should be able to just run through. Now, if we had a lot more items, we get to forge the character with a whole bunch of +1 skills. Then you'd probably have like +10 or +20 or something to do all of his abilities. It would be insane. That's not until much later. So I wonder for the thing, can we... we'd have to check that. It's the rune, it's that level 4 rune, isn't it? Once we get to level 4, that thing's a lot more. What if our Poison Slash is doing alright? And we could maybe switch the strangling gas potions for the offhand. So we don't have ridiculously powerful items for a level 1 character. So it would be faster, but we can't defeat those enemies. Maybe we'll come back after we defeat the Bloodmore a little bit, right? We're definitely running into some enemies that we can't face. There's a gem shrine. There's the gem shrine we're looking for. So if we click on the gem shrine, we get a perfect topaz. So it's a good thing he had that with him. Experience shrine, that would help out greatly. If we level up, we get full mana again. Then we just put more points into mana, and then just put more points into poison slash maybe. So what is the poison difference? 54. So yeah, it increases by quite a lot. So I guess this would be the good necromancer skill. Oh, that's right, we could put on the shield, because this preserved head doesn't do anything for your character. This one does, though. Increase attack speed, increase cast rate, and then a whole bunch of other things. Yeah, it still seems really slow. I guess it's just one that doesn't do anything. We could put on this, that would give +2 to bone armor. And then we could go, press F3, and we put bone armor on. And we can just try to make our way through the map. So we know there's always a chest here, right beside this torch. There's always a chest there. So how do we do this one? Do we just run through? Because we don't have to explain anything this time, right? We pretty much explained everything about the items. We explained what all the items do. We explained how to level up the characters. We explained that most of them just have a level 1 ability that you could use to kill everything. That's right. We had to pick up this one and then drop it so it gets all the benefits. Because it has to do that to refresh it. Once we get to level 4, then we could use more M's. Oh, level 3 was the boots and the gloves. So we can throw these on. These will give us 50% faster run walk, 30% faster run walk. And then we could even go and pretty much get the charms. The ruins. So what is this? Rings, amulets, charms. We could throw this in the charm to get another 15% run walk. So now we have 45% run walk. That's going to help us run through the levels 45% faster than the other characters, so we're already doing much better than he was. Yeah, let's see how it turns out. So we did try doing revives before on a different run, and the revives, I guess maybe they did something? I think it was mostly the skeletons and the clay golem once you reach level 6. But when we get this level, I think we get new items. So we don't really want to worry about the chip gems. We can pretty much get as many perfect gems as we want at some point. The only things that you're looking for on this character this time is just more crafting materials, essentially. We don't really need anything, right? Maybe keys to pick up things. But now that we're at level 4, you could throw on the stone helmet, give you plus mana per kill, and then you can put on the ring, life leech. So might as well just use the summonings, right? We got skills into it, so if we go maybe F4 would revive people. So I want to revive something that's worth it. Like zombies. Not zombies. Pretty much those Lancer people. Anyone that has increased movement speed. Yeah, zombie's just gonna stay in the house. He's not gonna do anything. These Lancer things are alright, I guess. Just wonder how many of them can you summon. You could summon 2 monsters. There we go. So those will be alright then, I guess. They won't be amazing. So maybe we'll come back when we've cleared the Den of Evil, cleared everything, then we should be level 6. We'll come back to the Cold Plains waypoint. Well, unless Corpse Fire drops anything. But it's a lot easier this time, right? You don't have to worry about exploring the whole place, you don't have to worry about picking up every single item, you pretty much just run through everything. And it'll be a whole lot quicker for the future characters. Essentially, each character that you make after the first one, they're going to be a whole lot quicker. Essentially, since the Amazon's basically done the game already, it's just you have to try to beat the game with all these characters. Now, Fire Enchanted, drop these ashes, nothing we could really use. Nope. So we're going to be turning level 6 here pretty soon, and then we get new abilities. We'll be able to summon the Clay Golem. Is that all that we've seen in the tree? There wasn't anything else, right? You summon the Clay Golem. You could do Corpse Explosion, just does some poison damage. But you might as well just get the Clay Golem. So be F5, then you can summon him. He would help do more damage for you, hopefully. I imagine it'll get a lot better later. And because you're level 6, you could also use the Green Lantern Wand that you found, so level 6. So do a lot more damage, 1 to 9 damage, 1 to 9, Necromancer Scales, +2 to Amplify, Poisonings, Replenish, damage reduced, so it doesn't really do too much. Maybe it just gives Amplify damage. So what do we put as Amplify damage? What's F3? Maybe we go melee attack ability and then amplify it. This will just be summons or something. F5, F6. This will be there. There we go. So now you can cast amplify damage. That'll probably increase your damage quite a bit. Oh, and your minions will be able to kill them faster too. That's right. So if you have 1 point of amplify damage, just go cast amplify damage. It'll help you kill enemies a whole lot faster until you get to level, what, level 7? That won't even help us, that just gives us gold finite magic fire. Alright, so you just defeated Bloodraven, you just got your mercenary, so this mercenary is going to be a whole lot stronger than your other mercenary, right? This mercenary is level 10. We didn't clear the Cold Plains, we didn't clear the cave before Bloodraven this time, so essentially we're not as high of a level as we were. But this mercenary, compared to your first mercenary, she was probably doing around 5 to 23 damage. But because of the helmet, now she's doing 55 to 95 damage, so this mercenary is going to be so much stronger than your other one. If we just put these on here, maybe equipped her with some things, she'll get a lot stronger. So we got to level 10. All of our points have pretty much gone into summoning, so if you go to summoning tree, pretty much took out everything, and then you could just put it into revive, maybe put a skeleton mastery, maybe clay golem, and then the rest into revive, because the more you put into here, the more creatures you can summon. Now you can summon 5 creatures plus your clay golem. So we have the amplified damage, poison dagger, we got the clay golem. Now you're ready to go to complete the cold plains, the stony field. It's pretty much just the same thing as before. You can go in the cave if you want. There's good experience in there, and there would be good enemies in here. Essentially, these enemies would be like a higher level than the other enemies around the areas. Then you just go through here, and then hopefully your summons will help you. That's right, we have to kill some enemies and then re-summon the monsters. So I think we want to Fallen, right? There's like the Bone Warriors, so we could get up to 5 of them. 5. So there we go. Now we got 5 Bone Warriors summoned. So it's just kind of like Skeleton Warriors. I think we do get skeletons at level 12. Just 2 more levels, and then you can start raising actual skeletons. So these are skeletons, right? They're just not the actual skeletons. You see if this thing does anything, but I imagine it wouldn't be better than a Preserved Hedgehog, right? It just does 1 to amplify damage. So you sit here and try to amplify the enemies, and then your minions should just start pulling you through things at this point. Alright, so we're back. We're basically just about to defeat Andariel, right? This is the final chamber. So the things we found about the Necromancer. Necromancer seems quite a bit slower than the Amazon. That's probably just because the Amazon was set the bar so high with the Plague Javelin. The Plague Javelin just destroys everything so quickly. Maybe the Necromancer gets stronger later or something, but essentially right now, we're not having too much luck with him. Maybe it is because all of his damage is divided between all of his monsters, so if your monsters aren't all hitting the same guy, your damage is probably divided up. Although it is pretty sweet having a big team, right? You just have 3 skeletons, 3 summons, you have all of the golems. It's actually for the Necromancer, you could have all of the golems summoned. You could have the blood golem, you could have all 3 of them, right? If we look at the tree, you could have revives, you could have the skeletons. We got a whole bunch into skeleton mastery, and we got 1 point into clay golem, blood golem, metal golem, and then fire golem. and Golem Mastery, and then we even get a Ghost Hydra. So at level 30, we're probably going to get all the characters to level 30. We imagine a Bone Wave is probably pretty good, but that's actually a level 30 scale. So we just turned to level 24. Maybe we can start casting Bone Spirits. Except that the problem is that we're not sure. Maybe Hell's Gate calls restless souls from hell to enter enemies. So there is some new abilities. Poison Nova is a level 30 skill. Poison Nova was the ability we were looking to use. Like if we had a Poison Nova, we could just AoE the whole screen down. So essentially the Necromancer's alright, I guess. I guess it's not too much slower. It just seems slower. No, it probably is slower. But the Necromancer will get you all caught up, and will get you upgraded, and then we'll probably upgrade the other characters too. And maybe we'll just see maybe what new items we have gotten, and maybe see if we could do anything with them. Essentially, we could run through the whole game as the Necromancer again. Or we could just run through the whole game as another character, and then just get all the characters spaced up, all the characters completed Act 1, all the characters ready to be geared out. So I guess Dario is falling pretty quickly. That's not too bad. But then our golems are falling quicker, right? So we have to keep raising our summons. So imagine if you were playing and you were worried about dying or something, the Necromancer would be good because you would have all these minions protecting you. The enemies would never hit you. So we're gonna try to bug her again. It didn't bug her the last time. Maybe it doesn't work in this mod or something. Essentially you're supposed to take the town portal and then leave the game. Because we're trying to get the flawless gems. So you know that we entered the portal quickly last time. We're supposed to enter here, and then we just talk to Warev, and then we just go east, right?
Good evening.
And then we just leave the game. And then he should be bugged, except she wasn't last time. So now we got the Necromancer at level 24. Now we can just click to Jaren to go back east, or talk to Warev to go back east, maybe. Where is he at? Here he is. Talk to him. Now we could go back to Act 1. There's still so much to do in Act 1. Essentially, we're just trying to get the characters as strong as they can in Act 1, because we don't need to go further yet. That'll truly give us a reason to look at all the items. That'll truly allow us to appreciate all the items and all these stats in the games. If we go here, we're pretty much done, right? Maybe we'll just sort our inventory. We got some new unique items, got some new set items, got some new scepters. Yeah, we got new scepter, new boots. Oh, we got the quilted armor, so we can actually complete this set, right? If we identify this, which is the Acolyte's Robes quilted armor. So if we put that on, we'll lose cannot be frozen, which we can't lose. Just gives you 20% faster run walk, plus 1 to scales, and then plus 10 to attributes, max life, max mana, replenish life. And then these gain another stat, damage reduced by 2, magic damage reduced by 2. So I think we'd rather have the other thing, right? This, because then this makes it so we can't be frozen, and it gives us plus 1 to scales anyways. Essentially that'd be the better setup. But we did complete this set. It's just not a good set if you complete the set. If you got other options, maybe use those other options. It's just I guess these are terrible too, right? They literally don't have any stats on them. The only stats on them is just magic find and gold find. So let's throw these into the bank. Maybe we'll spend a bit going through here, organizing it, and then we'll come back, see what we have, see if there's any updated information. And then we'll pretty much look to see what we're doing for this playthrough. Maybe we could start another character, or we could just keep running through. But it would make sense to get everyone to level, at least run through Act 1. Alright, so now we'll just basically go over some of the items we found, and then maybe we'll just take a quick look at the tree again, and then we'll start another class. Maybe we'll start the Paladin, just because we already have most of the things. But I guess now we have 2 pieces to the Barbarian set, And because these are just all duplicates essentially, right? Oh, this might be the Arctic Horn set for the Archer. That's right. And then here's the Hunter's Bow, so it should be on there, isn't it? Or is the Mercenary using the Hunter's Bow? Mercenary's using the Hunter's Bow.
I'll put that to good use.
So we can just keep these set items off of the Mercenary for now. Well, that's a really good, really good Mercenary helmet. Essentially, maybe we'll just transfer these over to the Paladin. So essentially, we did have those. And if we go here, we could identify the short bow. So the short bow would be better than the set short bow. 2 to 6, 10 to 5, except that it adds set bonuses. So this is a level 1 item, level 3 item. Adds cold damage per level, plus 2 cold damage, knockback. So it can be pretty decent for the Mercenary, right? Would be a good item for the Mercenary. Adds cold damage to their attacks. So that'd be a good Mercenary bow. Unless there's a set Mercenary bow, which we believe there is. So the unique large axe, 15% chance to cast level 7 charge bolt, plus 1 to scales, faster hit recovery, adds lightning damage, and then adds a whole bunch of lightning damage. So it would probably be a really good offensive axe, very fast attack speed. And then maybe we found a Paladin shield, requires level 8, increases block, plus 4 to holy ball, prayer, plus 8% to maximum resistances. It doesn't give any resistances itself, but it does have 2 sockets in it. So maybe we could use that for something too. And then the jawbone for the Barbarian requires level 7. So it adds a lot of fire damage and gives damage reduction. It doesn't have any sockets, so we could just put 1 socket into it. So I believe those were those items. we did find some more items on the Amazon. We did go through those items. There was some other items. But we'll just leave those for now. We'll just put these into the other shared stash. These ones already have all these items. There should already be in the shared stash. If we go to helmets, we could just throw the Barbarian helmet here. So we did get these ones. If they had good Barbarian skills on them, they could potentially be better than the unique one. So we're going to have to find something. And then if we go to the body armors, so we did have the Barbarian weapon, Barbarian one-hand weapon, which would be an axe. And here's the belt. So we're still going to have to decide, do we just have a page of set items? Because we already know what all these set items are. Well, if we go to one hand, here should be the Berserker's axe. No, maybe this one. Here's the Berserker's hatchet. So we have 2 of the Barbarian pieces. We just need the headpiece, which would be a set cap. And this would be... Did we already get the unique large axe? No, we didn't, I guess. There's some rare ones that we could try to see if we could compete with it. That's the whole point, right? We're trying to see, can these rare axes beat this one? Can this original LOD version beat this one? Maybe it can because it freezes targets. These ones we didn't really get good rolls on them. And then ranged weapons. We did get some more ranged weapons. We did get some more. We're going to have to look here, see what is their best light crossbow. So these we could put on the range tab. This was on the shields tab. So this will go with the shields. Paladin shield. And then the other ones just go on the first page, right? We're just transferring these, so we could just put them on like the 3rd page. We could just put things on the 3rd page. So now the Paladin can start. Like if we even, Paladin could go get them on his own. There's just a few items the Paladin could use. We could use that because it would give extra gold fine. He can't use that. That's a Necromancer specific one. So we'll leave that on the Necromancer. We'll just transfer these starter items again, just like we did before. Plus 1 to scales. This ring here. The helmet. And we could keep everything else, right? Do we transfer these things again? Oh no, it's just a bit annoying, and then you have the more inventory space. I guess we don't need to transfer those. Maybe we'll transfer them. But then we'd be transferring them every single time. We'd have to leave them on a character that we're leveling. I guess they do give us something. So all of these we transfer to the character. Then we just put like these here, right? All of these items. He could re-roll some items. If he finds a gem shrine, he could make another perfect topaz. We should be trying to get the other types of perfect gems too. It's not all about topazes. We do need other ones for crafting. So I guess that's pretty much it then. Personal page, shared page. Everything's good to go for the paladin. Everything's good to go. So the character still has a lot of work to do. It doesn't really have any stats, but we took off all of his items. Maybe Bone Prism, does it do damage? No, it just has life. Maybe Corpse Explosion was a really, really good one. Maybe the radius goes really high. Bone Spirit, we're gonna have to check into that. We just got to level 24 on this character. This one does throw spinning blades to slice your enemies, 5/8 weapon damage, mana required to cast 3. So maybe this would be something. That's level 18. Although it's nice having a whole bunch of summoned things, and then these summoned things just kill everything for you. Although they do take a while to kill things. Maybe they'll speed up when you get to level 28 as the Necromancer. But there we go, there's the introduction to the Necromancer. We'll come back to him again after we find some more gear and level up some other characters. We only found 2 scrolls on the character. So I wonder what the scrolls did. Should we look at those? So what I'd have to do is put this in here. Our multi-stalker with ancient decipherers in it, and then it would identify the scroll, and it would say it's a scroll 5, which we have already. And same for this one, I imagine. That's why we can re-roll it. So in 9, I imagine we have that one. We could see if we get a new one. Just put the randomized stone in here, and then see if we get the scroll 11. So we've been getting really bad rolls on those. We got a whole bunch of coupons, though. We could make some new unique items here. We could make the amulet. Oh! Let's make the amulet. I guess the amulet would be one of the main things to make. Pretty sure we had 3 amulet things. Or maybe the dagger, the gall dagger. There we go, there's the other amulet. If we find 3 daggers, we can make the gall dagger. Was there just 2 daggers? Or just 1 dagger? There was. Eventually, we'd want to make the gall dagger. But if we have 3 amulet 1 coupons, yeah, they're all amulet 1s, we can cube them to make the Noxon relic amulet. +1 to scales, requires level 10, faster hit recovery, adds fire damage, max fire resist 50%, +2 to light radius, and it has a socket on it. So that's actually pretty amazing. That would go really good with the ring. There we go. So now he has the ring and the amulet. So I guess they put a +1 to skills on these items, just to bring them up to par with the new stronger items. So there we go. Everything's ready for the next character.